Ladies and gentlemen of the shaft,
Today, we're gonna be discussing the very exciting pig from hell, the Daeodon.
more like the Daeodon, because you'll die. Get it?
I chatted with our local paleontologist to learn more about this very exciting hell pig.
Did you know Daeodon was a terrifying species of entelodont from the Oligocene about 29 million years ago, and was one of the largest of its kind, 6 feet tall at the shoulder. Entelodonts were omnivorous mammals that closely resembled pigs in appearance, and while originally they were thought to have been related, more recent studies concluded that they were actually more closely related to hippos and whales. Entelodonts like Daeodon were apex predators of their time and had a very powerful bite force. Paleontologists have even found fossils of small camels that were literally bitten in half. So these mean little piggies were huge and strong. So how does this species on Ark compare? Well, they're the proper size, the proper speed, the proper strength, and their models and animations are excellent. There you go, now you're informed on this very exciting creature. That's the third time I've said very exciting. So the first thing you should know about the Daeodon is that this guy can take a beating. Not only does it have quite a generous amount of HP, but it also has a new never-before-seen ability. Passive healing! With this ability, the Daeodon can heal itself way faster than any other dino in the game. I mean, the dossier already states that the Daeodon has incredible healing abilities, but wow, does this gal heal fast! The Daeodon might just be overpowered, and it might just ruin Ark forever. Anyway, it doesn't just stop there. See that green ring around it? Well, that green ring means two things. One, the Daeodon's healing ability doesn't just heal itself, it heals nearby allied dinos too. Point 2, the green ring represents the effective area of the Daeodon's nearby allied dino's healing ability. Be aware that as a trade-off for amazing healing ability, the Daeodon eats an astronomical amount of food. It's insane how quickly this guy will go through hundreds of meat in just a few minutes. So remember, genocide everything in sight before heading to war. In fact, you should probably just max out the carry weight on this guy with nothing but raw meat. That's how much the Daeodon eats. The Daeodon's healing ability, high HP pool, and pretty solid damage output makes it perhaps one of Ark's most powerful and deadly battle mounts in the game. As far as damage output goes, the Daeodon can be compared to a Carno. In fact, the Daeodon often beats the Carno in a 1v1 matchup at the same level with no leveling points being applied. So the Daeodon is basically a much more useful and combat effective Carno. Devs! Carno is underpowered, please buff! So how do we get our hands on one of these hell pigs? Well, it's a pretty standard tame. Just knock the motherfricker out and feed it raw meat, prime meat, mutton, or its preferred kibble. And look at that! You now have a new snort friend. A salad can be crafted in the Smithy. Let's chat about some strats and tips. For leveling, I would go for two kinds of war pigs, healers and fighters. For healers, just dump nothing but HP and food into it, and make sure you go into battle with lots of food in its inventory. When using the healing buff, the Daeodon actually consumes food faster than it can eat, so there's a time limit on your healing buff ability thing. That's why it's good to drop points into food, so that you can sit there and heal longer. For fighters, pump mostly melee damage with some extra points into HP, so it's not such a glass cannon. Consider combining fighters with the healers. Let the fighters destroy everything in their path while the healers keep the fighters going. This could be an easier way to manage resources so you don't need to carry 10,000 meat in the inventories of each Daeodon. Here's an idea. Have a dedicated Daeodon box on your Bronto or Quetz base. This is a particularly good idea for the Bronto because it just heals so slow. With enhanced healing ability, your Bronto base will be unstoppable. A couple of points before we go. 1. The Daeodon's healing ability doesn't stack, sadly, though this should have been expected. Imagine how stupid and overpowered that would have been. Remember the invincible mage healer build in the Oblivion games? That's what Ark would have become. Point 2. You can enhance the Daeodon's healing ability by spam force-feeding your mount's raw meat. This allows you to fully heal a Rex, for example, incredibly quickly.
Boom! Now you know everything you need to know about the Daeodon.
Hey, if you're new here, click that subscribe button. Do yourself a favor, do me a favor, do everyone else a favor, click that subscribe button. We have a lot more videos coming out and you don't want to miss out. Also, follow me on Twitch. We've started up our Light RP server again. Come play with us. There's a link in the description of that server. And I'm streaming on that server pretty much daily at this point. So follow me on Twitch and tune into the streams. We'll talk later.